Okay, we're starting the YouTube stream. Let me throw this headset on and do the headset stuff real quick. And then I'll throw the Twitch stream on for the widescreen version. Not entirely sure this chair is where I want it to be. Oh. What is going on? Then we'll get the Twitch going for the people who want to look at the widescreen, like I said. Sweet. Okay, so you get a login bonus every day. I don't think my TV volume is on. Let me make sure though. Sweet. Okay, so we should be good on Twitch and YouTube now. If you guys want to look at the widescreen version, that's where that is. Sunday kept 600 American. What do we got? We could try this Corvette. I don't know if it's going to be strong enough. My ankle still hurts kind of bad, so these stick shift cars are still a little rough for me, but I'll do what I can. I forgot I had those markers on because I was noticing that for me, if I just have just the markers on, I'm getting a lot better for some reason. This car's not as bad because I don't have to push the brakes as hard. What's going on? How you doing? It's almost the weekend, it's almost Christmas. I hope you're having a great week. Mr. Viper Man. Gotta look out for him. lot of third gear fun. All right, too easy, brother. You get so much money as a level 50 or whatever. I was doing that profile yesterday and it's like I spent so many races and I barely came up with 100 grand. You just do like one race and you get a 100 grand ticket in this. European 600s on Alsace Village. Mm-hmm. 600, huh? Let's just do the golf. I don't know if this golf is DSG or if it's stick shift. I can't remember. DSG. That's probably good. Too much. The brakes are kind of squirrely on this car. Damn it. Almost. I'd love to be able to push it that much without slipping off, you know? Keep letting go of the brakes too early. Get the right braking point. And then let go of the brakes too early. Need a trail brake. Pretty booty chunks in there. We'll do a better... Well, that's the last lap. Too easy, brother. What's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you being here. It's nice to have you back. Okay, you gotta do this in 50 seconds or less. Apparently somebody I know, or somebody in the world, has done it in 44 seconds. Let's see. How bad am I? One second here. If you didn't tune in yesterday, my right ankle is kind of messed up, so these stick shift cars, when you really gotta push them, it's... I don't know how I survived that, but it's not easy to push them for me because I gotta push the brakes really hard. Oh well, that was easy. That was like super ass driving too, but I still got it, so whatever. That was like the easiest weekly challenge I've ever done. That's sad. We're gonna blow through all these in like 20 minutes, it almost seems like. 700 max GTR. Here we go, baby. Does the race have like tire wear and stuff? I can't tell. Five laps. I'm gonna put the display on. Nah, 5 laps? There's no way that you're gonna go through all the tires. Okay, it's not that I can't drive the car, it's just that I don't know what the AI is doing behind me or anything. And I know it's slower than me, so... Okay, let's retry. If you know anything about me, you know I just hate the skylines. So slow. It makes it so challenging. Because you're just going way faster than them. Alright, I don't care. I'm just gonna smash into them if they're in my way then. At this point, I'm not. There's nowhere to go, like... Get out of my way! Totally blocked the middle of the racetrack. Why'd they go so slow? Oh, really? Yeah, these AIs are like super obnoxiously in the way on this track. It's not so much that they put themselves in the racing line, which I could try to avoid, it's that they like stop the like traffic speeds. It seems like, and maybe I'm imagining it, but since this newest update, the AI has gotten a lot more like aggressive or something. Or like more oblivious even. These tires are begging me for some mercy right now. Way too early of braking. This car is crazy. I'll have to check mine out. I'm not really sure where my lap times are because I don't have my HUD on. You said it was a what? Doesn't tell me my lap time, it just tells me my total time there. Let me see if I can see the lap time. Yeah. F1 driver of the day? What does that mean? Who's driver of the day? What does that mean? I don't even know what that is, brother. You're the driver of the day. But yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Is that something that I always miss out on when I'm looking at the challenges? Maybe, bro, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do this on with the HUD on so I can see my tire bar and stuff. Yeah. This morning I'm like, weekly challenges. No, I've been playing the Arc Raiders a lot too. You tried that game out? I don't know why the force feedback is so ridiculous. Give me 1 second to change this wheel, because ever since this new update, man, this thing is like too much. Everything is so extreme. Let me try the I'm just gonna try the default settings of the wheel and see if it's a little less crazy. This is a super formula car. Now there's like no feel. I feel like I have like no force feedback now, which makes it a little difficult too. Yeah, my hand, sorry to keep switching here. There's just no force feedback now, and I can't do that. Let me do this, and then we'll put this to P, which is not quite as extreme, and hopefully that'll be better. But I don't know why it does this crap like it's doing right here. Yeah, it's like Toyota and Honda and stuff instead of European brands. I don't know if the rules are the same either, but it's very similar. I could push this car harder, honestly. Just not as super comfortable with this track as I should be. Oh, really? I might do a multiplayer after this if I beat this. I gotta study for this insurance test though too. But I want to make sure the stream's like long enough it was worth watching, you know? Usually I'll do like a midday stream like this, and then sometimes late at night I do an Arc Raiders stream at like 5 PST, because a lot of my friends get home from work in the afternoon. I do split shifts at Amazon, so I'm usually here in the middle of the day, and then sometimes at nighttime. Okay, we're putting in a good lead on him this time. If we can get a decent enough lead, I think that the fuel will be okay, but the tires I'm gonna have to change. It's the second time now that I've done that. I should get a penalty for that. Sloppy. Slow. need to stop more for that one. That was pretty good until the end there. Definitely cut the track there. And then I was like thinking about it and then messed that up too. That's my bad. I can't stop there as fast as I think I can. I will say, like, they prevented the downshifts in this newest update when the car's gonna rev too high. But on a car like this, where they, like, literally downshift the crap out of it, it doesn't make as much sense. Because I would almost think this car has some kind of, like, clutch that stays in automatically when you downshift a lot, in preparation for you coming into the gas again. But maybe not. But when you see Formula One, they're always like, boom, 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 boom. Really just a debate on whether or not my tires are going to last the whole race. I did not. No, I haven't gone through a lot of that stuff. I was looking at it, and I probably started about 8 months ago. And everything I've done has been streaming, and I did all the cafe books. And then I started playing sport. And then I started doing some of the weekly challenges every week, but I haven't done like any of the circuit experiences. And I haven't done like any time trialing or racing against ghosts or anything like that, which would all be things that would make me get a lot better. Yeah, I'm really close to, I almost got all the circuit experience for this, and the final test was just brutal. This is the only track that I even attempted to do it on because I was so bad at it when it first came out. No, this is just PlayStation 5. could lap the whole pack twice, that would be, or once, at least one time, that would be cool. Now, this is made by Sony. I want to lap first place. Tires are good. Should be okay for the rest of the race. Well, I might not lap them all now. Way less grip now. Alright, this is the last lap. This is the last lap I have to try to pass every single one, at least once. There he is. Yeah, that's my advice. If you're gonna try to do this race, just do it with the Super Formula car. Mom, too easy. Lapped everyone. That's ridiculous. All right, well that's the weekly challenges done. Would you want to do some multiplayer, brother? Excuse me. Whoa, I think I lost one. Velo down? Maybe not. Okay, right on. I may potentially hop on that other profile and grind out some more money for my friend so that when he comes he can race, but that's that for the weekly challenges. And see, that's only an hour when we did all of them. That's crazy. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna stop this Twitch broadcast because there's no other way to do it. But let's switch over to my other account and we'll level that one up. Yeah, just let me know if you want to do a multiplayer one. That's cool, but just let me know because I'm going to start grinding this stuff. It's probably going to make me, yeah, it's going to make me do this. But I want to level up his money and stuff so that when people come over, they can just pick a car they like and maybe tune it or whatever. I don't have a second wheel, unfortunately, but while this is doing this, I think I might be able to link these up here. Yeah, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, that would be cool. Let me see what comes up here. I know I have quite a few races to do. I want to get to the like the ultimate performance parts. I mean, it's not really necessary. I feel like a lot of those parts you wouldn't really put on a car. But extreme would be good, at least. On the ultimate for the racing tuner shop, like the carbon fiber drive shaft and stuff, that doesn't seem that ultimate, honestly. We need to do Japanese front rear sports car. We don't really have a car that's good for it. I could get the S14. I'm just not a huge fan of the Nissans, honestly. There's Miata, but I've driven the Miata so many times. I thought that was an El Camino. Alright, we'll rock this Sylvia, because I never drive this one. This is like the one everybody had around my neighborhood when I was a kid. Well. I don't think anybody had this particular Sylvia, or they would have been pretty happy with that, I think. I don't know why, if it thinks like beginners are better at these flat tracks and oval tracks and stuff, but these are more challenging for me than the actual circuits. I've done a couple in my main thing. I used to love doing them in Forza and stuff, you know. Let me turn off the HUD for the maximum immersion factor. I feel like I'm like gonna break this plastic sometimes. There we go. That's more like it. Let me get my force feedback back. That Formula One car was too much, but I like the strong force feedback for the other cars. Yeah, like the R34 Skyline's one of my favorite cars in real life, but in this game it's so undrivable. I had to like look up a tuning on it online. Not good. Keep braking too much and it spins these Nissans out of control. It's a Nissan thing for some reason. I know I could do a lot better than this, bro. Barely. I think I'm not in first. Yeah, first place is way up there. What are the cars supposed to be for this? I drove really bad though. Let's try this again after that. That's not a bad car either. I want to try this car again. It does have decent handling. It just goes out of control when you hit the brakes too much. I'm 9 seconds behind first place. That's crazy. If you're getting bored with like the races that are in the game right now, then it's 100% worth it. And you get the 5 million credits, which I think is really easy to get, so that's not necessarily worth it, but the races are set up in a way to where like you have to do the car that they give you, but it's really challenging to beat the other cars with that car, and it's really hard to get first place every time. Whereas with like this, if it's like a 700 race, like, or if it's like this one's kind of challenging, but the new power pack is difficult. Just driving like ass, bro. All of a sudden, I just shouldn't have even got out of the zone. I had no hope of catching up to him when I crashed like that. That's okay, we'll move on to the next race. We don't need to. I gained 5 seconds. No problem, brother. There's a lot of cool races you can do, and then there's the 24-hour races and stuff, so. This car should trounce these cars, but we'll see. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Helps out. Come on, get that turbo. This thing's pretty good. I had a USB cable problem when I first got it. Like the first day it was disconnecting and stuff. And I thought, oh man, I don't want to deal with that. But I just got a new USB cable. It works fine since then. Really strong force feedback, and especially on the new update here. You can almost hear it like rattling my whole setup. I don't think it's a THT598 problem because I don't have the problem with the rally game, but if you put it on the most extreme settings or whatever on this, it does have a tendency to shake a lot when the fastest cars are driving. Like a Formula 1 car or like pretty much anything 800 and above, I would say. It's just gonna shake like a madman. Just like barely beating these. I think my difficulty on this is higher than on my normal profile. I think I need to change my normal profile so it's more challenging, because I lapped everybody in that weekly challenge. That was pretty ridiculous. Oh, we got deep forest. La 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 la. Right on. You have any, what issue? You have disconnecting issues or what? Or are you having just that it's really wobbly? But I love it. I have a G, can't see it in the background. I used a G920 for Xbox, and I used that for PC for a while. If I use this for PC and compare the two of them, it's not even really a comparison, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a little rough. So what I do is when I come in here, I just go and I switch the... This is a profile that I actually have set up for dirt. So I don't really love changing this, but like if I went into this one, I think this one's pretty much the same as everything. I put these on boost high, wheel speed extreme, all this stuff. This ends up getting set to 5 somehow all the time. And then on this, I would say like this is good for Formula 1 cars, this P setting. So I'll probably leave this number 1 for when I drive the Formula cars, but otherwise I like the strongness of the force feedback. But you know what? I think one of the things that's like a misconception with force feedback is that, man, maybe I'm wrong, but like I drive cars all day, every day, dude. Like I drove delivery pizza cars. I drive my car now for Amazon and everything. And steering wheels don't have tons and tons of force. Like almost this amount of force that I have right now is like how much force there is resisting you on a real steering wheel, you know? If I turn this like right now without a car hooked up to it, this is about right. You know, and then a part of it that's different is I want to get a bigger wheel because the bigger wheel adds a little bit more slop, I guess, if you will. This wants me to do a 500 car. I got a 477 car. We'll see. We'll see. It's really sometimes hard to tell what two cars are gonna be good enough or not. Okay, sorry. Yeah. The only thing I want to get is the 32R Evo. Yeah, no problem, brother. I would go for the G29 or if you can get one like a Thrustmaster belt wheel or something. I don't know. I mean, I really like the Logitechs. If that RS50 would have been out when I had the chance to buy a new wheel, I probably would have went with that whole setup because I'm a big Logitech guy. I think if you're just getting your first wheel and you want something like brand new with a warranty that you know is not going to break, then you can't really go wrong. I'm driving like booty chunks. I'm not going to win that way. Alright, let me focus, guys. I like chatting with you though. I'm not saying don't chat with me. I just don't want to embarrass myself. I'm taking the inside here. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do GT3, GR3 cars, and then whatever track you want to do. I usually do Nürburgring because it's fun. I don't know about that. I mean, I've never tried it for GT7, but I don't think the force feedback is really bad. This car's tires are terrible. I'm not driving very well either, but the tires are really bad. I can't count on them. Let me just upgrade the tires on this car because I'm 100% over it. I can't count on this thing at all. Like, it's comfort softs, which should be pretty good, but I just can't put it into any corner. I have the T598 Thrustmaster. Then this is hooked up for just dirt when I play on a computer, so it doesn't work with this, but this shifter works. I'd say that's one thing that I'm like the most disappointed about out of everything is this shifter is so sloppy feeling. Alright, let's go back to, I'm gonna go back to my main profile then. And then I'll hit you up on the multiplayer. Don't tell anyone what my name is. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll start up a Nürburgring, and we could just do practice if you, whoa. Dun da da dum. We could just do practice and then do a race if you want, or whatever you want to do. I'm sure people will join, and then we could do a race. I was looking at the paddock yesterday. I don't ever really mess with the paddock, but for like what I want to do here at my house, where, you know, people could just join in and we can just race around, mess around and stuff. Seems like a pretty cool way to do it and meet new people and stuff. Usually you have no one to race against, yeah? You're just doing land. There's no AIs or anything. I can do like 2 races and then I gotta go and study for this insurance test. Should be able to find it. I'm gonna set this to Nürburgring. 1 lap. I don't know, like, should I set up BOP and stuff? I mean, we're already set to GR3. It's gonna be OMGZ YouTube Live is the name of the server. You could just search by friends. I'll invite you to. Oh, there's the doggy-o. Oh yeah, you know what? It's so... Oh, here we go. I don't know why you can't invite from this. Hopefully you can just join up. You want me to put BOP on? Alright, let's do this, brother. I'm gonna wait until these few people. All right, right on. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm just hoping that we'll all get a car here. Uh-oh. Just waiting for Joker. I saw that. I was kind of questioning if that was even a... Oh, I just turned it on. It seems like a couple people want it on. I'd like to have it on. Sorry about that. Oh, it is on. It is on. BOP is on. Alright, Joker, buddy. Okay. Alright, good luck, everybody. This binding balance of power has made my car a little bit froggier. Not bad, Nico. Good save. Too much. Thought I could keep up, buddy. And I oh, the guy behind us quit too, yeah. Well, dang it, now I get last place. Oh. Really bad through there. Oh, I would almost say we're like equidistant. But let's see if that old silver silhouette could... Oh, really? See, that's where I make up my time. I'm surprisingly not so great at the front end of the track. Nah, I feel you, brother. The balance of power made this car a little bit more feisty than I'm used to. Good job, bro. Hell yeah. Good job, everybody. That was awesome. I'm down for a rematch. I'm just hoping these other guys join and stay in, you know what I'm saying? Nico, do you have like just a car that you've gotten for free that's a GT3 car or anything? There you go. We got one more person joining here. This is gonna be my last race though. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, you got the ancient boys, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know what I mean? They're super good cars regardless. Let's see if I can be a little less of a scaredy cat at the beginning this time. Oh, the Ferrari. It's the pressure. I do, but not on the car's flappy pedals, if that makes sense. So if the car has paddles, I use the paddles. I don't think I've ever crashed into that corner before. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not doing the weekly challenges anymore, but I'd say like most of those weekly challenges I did, I used the thick shift for them. My ankle's kind of busted right now, like I sprained it or something. So it's kind of painful to use them right now. I'm not using them by choice, really. I miss-shift this one all the time because it's a gated shifter, kind of like a Ferrari or something, and if you don't precisely put it where you're supposed to put it, you'll just slam up against a really sick metal gate. So my only complaint with this shifter is that it doesn't have enough clickiness into the gears. And I put this like grommet thing in there and it's like worn down over time, so can you guys tell when somebody has a wheel on online versus on controller? Like, does it seem like oh, I'm sorry if I messed you up, brother. I just thought about that way too late. You could probably even see it in my reaction. Yeah. I was trying the controller last night again for the first time for a while, and I was like surprised how delayed the steering is. You can tell that it kind of dampens it, if you will. I almost lost it. Just kind of sloppy lines back there. Yeah, anybody who wants to race, just, you know, on Sundays I do it. We call it Subscriber Sundays. I'll race if you don't subscribe, but I'd love if you did, but... I'm driving the 4C Alfa Romeo. Let's see, what time is it? I might be able to do one more. We got time to do one more. I'll choose a different car this time. I'll choose my signature car that I never use. I'm gonna change it. Yeah, it's a GR3 car, yep. This is my car that I designed. It's an NSX, you guys will see it. Yeah, it's too bad you can't really see it right now, but it's got the YouTubes. Okay, no problem. This is gonna be a lot smooth now for sure. Trick Demon, you're a good racer too. I don't know if you're at the YouTube channel. I haven't driven this NSX in a while, so give me a break if I just crash out like a total punk. Oh yeah, Thrustmaster. remember why I love this car, man. This guy's making me nervous. I think he's just waiting for me, but that'd be cool, but I'm focused more on him than I am myself. I know. He didn't crash into me though. He's a very good driver, like, you know what I mean? He's toying with me like I'm a little fish and he's a cat. Like I said, I do like this Honda. It's got to get used to the car a little bit. Ugh. I'm not focused anymore. That's okay though. This is gonna be my last race, you guys. I appreciate everybody checking it out and racing with me and stuff. It's been cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I was kind of getting my booty kicked right there. But good job to Zay. I wish. And Macho. Trick Demon left. No. That's cool though with the Thrustmaster and the YouTube. I forgot all about this car, honestly. Yeah. I put the black like fairings on there instead. Alright, we're closing out of that. But yeah, I will see you guys probably tomorrow around the same time. I got a study set, like I said, for this test and stuff. So I'm going to do that now, and then I got to go to work tonight. So that's probably going to be it for me for the day. Appreciate people for hanging out. Peace!